Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So as you can tell by that intro, it's about to rain. It has rained off and on the entire trip up here, and it's supposed to rain until 4 p.m. It's currently 4:15 a.m. As you can tell, it's dark, it's pitch black. I'm trying to kind of illuminate myself here. Little headlamp. I'm the only person at the access because it has been thunder and lightning for the last off and on 12 hours since, I don't know, roughly late afternoon yesterday. So, with that being said, we are at Otisco. Now, I did hear that this bite has turned around, so I'm going to give it a shot. Let's hope we can get on some today. I know they are post-spawn. They should be feeding back up. We're going to try to fish the weed beds. Hopefully they're there. And I guess let's get at it. I don't know what you'll see first because it's pitch black. Sunrise isn't until 5:30 today. So I don't know when you'll start to see videos or the video. But I'm going to use this headlamp and hopefully I can do my best to film what's going on. Stay tuned. Unbelievable, guys. Don't be these people, honestly. Like, just don't. I'm gonna set this next to my truck for now, and I will grab it when I come back out. I don't particularly, it doesn't feel full, but I don't want it in my truck just in case it gets hot today or something. I will pick that up and throw it away on my way out. I don't think there's a trash can here. There's just the disposal for the invasive water species. I don't think there's a trash can down by this porta potty down here. Couldn't think of what it was called. Porta John, Renta John, what do you want to call it? Anyway, don't be those people. We are going to clean up after them. Well, guys, now no bites yet. I don't know, maybe 15, 20 casts in. But with Senkos, that's, you know, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes now. There was a massive electrical storm last night. Big thunderstorm rolled through, and it is the 3rd of July. So there were a lot of fireworks last night. I don't know if that is setting them off. But with that electrical storm that came through, there was also a big temperature drop too. We were at like 90 2 days ago, 88, and it dropped down to 53 last night when I got here. So could be something to do with it. I hope it's not. Finally. I don't think he's any big. He's not. Oh, he ain't bad. He's not big though. Are they just over here? What was his jam? Let's try to see where our best 5 are. Okay. 220. 220, guys. So 2 1/4 pounder. Not too shabby. Get back. Get back in there. So what was that guy sitting on? Very interesting. There's the bite just coming on, or did I find something? He's right on the outside edge of the weed bed, or I should say on the inside edge of the weed bed. Alright, that's number 1. Uno. Must have gotten a little school of them here, guys. 2 on back-to-back casts. Let's get this guy unhooked. Little school of 2-pounders, basically. 2, 3, 1. I'll take them though. Gotta start somewhere, guys. 2, 3, 1. A little bit bigger than the last one. There's weed beds on my left and right. I'm kind of fishing an open gully, basically. Less weeds here. It's more sporadic, basically, is what I guess I'm trying to say. So there's a big weed hump over here on my left. There's a big weed flat on my right, and there's a little gully that has less weeds. It's more sporadic, not like to the left over here. It's super dense. I can barely get my Senko down through it. All right, guys, here comes the rain. So I am going to do a real quick battery swap while I still have an opportunity before it starts to downpour, but I can see it blowing across the lake. So I'm gonna get my other batteries on charge. I'm going to get this taken care of, and hopefully I'll be able to film a little bit still for you. I don't actually know how well it's gonna go, but I'm gonna do my best. I knew the rain was gonna be here. It's gonna be here all day off and on, so.
Right? Like, it's not one more than like 10 other guys in the league at this point. So I think
Alright guys, we've been on a pretty big drought, and then this guy just picked it up, but he is super tiny, not even within that 12-inch range, so we can't have him there. So he does not make the team. Let's rearrange here. It was like an hour since I had got a bite. So I was listening to some Pat Mayo podcast and about football basically, and just drifting a Senko. I've thrown a lot of stuff now. I threw a spinnerbait, I threw a Kitech, I threw a drop shot. I obviously threw the top water this morning for the 10 cast. Haven't repicked that back up, but after none of that other stuff worked, I cycled back to the Senko, the old Gajo stick bait, and picked up another one. But they are just so few and far between right now. It is very difficult. Actually, I've been keeping my eye on this kayaker in here. This kayaker is like dirt shallow, and he's been throwing a top water, and he's flipping now. He's flipping like pads and mats that are in there. He's actually shallower than I can get because my boat drafts in deeper water than he's currently sitting in, I think. Because if I can remember correctly, that's like, I don't know, a foot of water right where he's at. But I've been keeping an eye on him because I wanted to see if he was getting anything in shallow. Just because I thought, at this rate, I'll take any little tips that I can get. And if I saw him smashing him in shallow, I would run up to the shores. But like I said, I saw him throwing top water. I saw him flipping now. He was throwing top water out here. Now he was throwing a top water, and it looked like probably either a jig or a Texas rig. Sorry, sometimes the GoPro just turns itself off. I don't know why. I gotta figure that out. Anyway, I think he was throwing either a jig or a Texas rig along these trees on the bank, and then he is using the same thing for flipping in those pads. So I'm gonna assume that it was a Texas rig, but I'm not 100% on that, of course. So anyway, I was keeping an eye on him just to see if he was having any success shallow, if I, should waste my time running in there or not. I'm gonna go with no is my current idea, because I haven't seen him really pull anything out, and he's just been buzzing around. For a guy in a kayak, he's moved. I mean, he literally started over where he's at right now, ran all the way to the western shoreline, came all the way back through, fished that whole pocket, fished this point, ran all the way down to that point, and then came all the way back up. I mean, he's covered more water than I have, and I've got an engine. He's got his legs. It's a pedal kayak, but that's good for him. I mean, I would be dead by now, so he's definitely doing better than I am. I just don't know. I don't know, I guess is really what I should be saying. They're just not eating like they normally would. I thought about running and trying to grab some smallies. You know, I'm a big fan of this lake, trying to find smallies, because people don't do it. That's the whole point. Like, people don't just go find smallies. But it does look like our rec boats and our water skiers are starting to come out. This is the 3rd of July. I was really hoping it would kind of pour, because I felt like if it poured all day, that at least would keep all those people off the water. But it does seem like we're getting a little bit of some recreational boats now, which stinks, but it is what it is. I mean, we're approaching, what, 9 o'clock? What do we got? Oh no, 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I guess I've been out here for basically 3 hours now, and I've got 3 fish, which is sad because I had 2 fish in, like, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or so, 35 minutes, and then I just had a giant drought there. I have, like I said, tried other things. It just hasn't been producing like I want it to yet. But there are many, many 1, 2, 3 many boats starting to pile out here. I'm assuming it's only going to get worse as the day goes on. Really, I can't make this up. Well, never mind. I was gonna say I just picked up a fish, but it's a rock bass.
Well, it is a fish, it's just not one that counts.
Yeah, for anything. I was gonna be like, I can't make this up. I just caught a fish. Well, I did. Just not the right fish, guys. All right, well. All right, guys. I wasn't recording, but I did mark this fish, dropped right down on it, and immediately picked it up. That's crazy. There's a smallie finally. Sorry about the recording. It's been so long since I've caught a fish. I just got off the phone with Josh. We were talking about this spot down here, and wouldn't you know it, he said, oh, you can get smallies off there too. And Mr. Samsonite shows up. He's not big, but he's definitely better than a sharp stick in my eye. 253. All right, guys. So this is what did I say? Two something, almost a 2.5 pounder, but nice little small. Happy to have him or her, and I'm going to get him back. Whoop! There we go. Kicks right off. Perfect. Well, I guess that's better than nothing, guys. So let's keep doing at it. See if we can keep going with that. It's a nice little smallie. So I was pretty happy to have that. And now that was basically the epitome of video game fishing. So I drove over that fish, saw it on the graph, dropped down, and immediately hit it. So that's pretty cool. Pretty happy to be able to do that at least. Now I'm gonna see if I can replicate it. I know he came out of like 18.6 and right here, so I'm going to try my best to see what I can do about maybe letting it happen again. But he hit immediately. As soon as it hit the bottom, he already had it in his mouth. Caught him right in the roof, right like the bony part of his mouth. It was actually hard to get out. But either way, we should be hopefully somewhere here able to replicate that. I mean, you never know, obviously, but that's what we're trying. You guys want to talk about an isolated thunderstorm? It's raining on the western shoreline and not raining on the eastern shoreline. So I saw the rain cloud coming, and what is that? Maybe, what's this lake? Half a mile wide, maybe, at the bottom side, south end. And over the course of a half a mile, I ran out of the rain. So I ran over to this riprap bank. This is probably going to be the end of my day if I had to take a guess. I'm going to fish this riprap bank down. I just got that smallie in 18.6, so I would guess that they're kind of hanging on that line maybe. I don't actually know. He could have been a fluke. I only saw one fish. I went back and fished it for another 25 minutes around there, and I couldn't locate another one, so I'm gonna have to guess that was just an isolated fish. But I'm hoping that maybe even I can get a largie here off this weed bed. The problem is I just don't know with this water if there's an algae bloom or what this is. If this is spray, I actually have no idea. So I'm just gonna pace back and forth here in between 20 and 15, give or take, and see if I can mark any smallies on this riprap bank. And if I can't, that's fine. I'm gonna keep fishing toward the shore, toward the outside edge of that weed line that's in here. So one way or the other, I'm gonna try to fish the weed line, fish out here. If I happen to mark something, I'll go from there. But otherwise, this is my plan right now. I'm marking something as we speak. I don't know if it's fish or not, though. It's tough to tell sometimes. There we go. There we go. What is this? It's got to be a smallie, right? What is this? Oh, it's a largie. Out in 18. There we go. Looks like he's a 2.0 flat. It's a little 2-pounder, guys. Not big, not great, but better than nothing. They're all coming on the drop shot on this bold bluegill right now. That was a decent sized fish in theory. Oh, my spirit shad. It's a smallie. A little smallie. I need to get my spirit shad back. Good thing it floats. Smallie came on the old Gajo spirit shad in whatever this is, white chartreuse. I figured that was a good color because of how weird this watercolor is. So here we go. Let's see if we get another. Nice largie. Finally, I can't get the boat turned back around to get him. There we go. 12-foot largie. I keep seeing 328. This is a 328, guys. So wind's picking up pretty bad. Sorry about that. We're gonna get this girl back, let her go. Just like that, she's gone. Finally got a good one. Took the Morning Dawn Spirit Shad in 12.8 feet of water, right on the edge of the weed line. I couldn't, wind's so bad here that I couldn't get caught up to it. I was having a real tough time. The wind's blowing from the north end, so it's blowing right down the lake and building, as you can see. I got rollers coming at me everywhere, but 12.8 finally. All right, guys, so that wraps up this video. Another grind on Otisco. Now, it did work out really well. That person is driving the wrong way on 81 southbound. I have no idea what just happened. I hope that everything is okay. I have never seen that before in my entire life, and they're miles from an exit. They're just realizing now that they're driving the wrong way on 81 southbound. Wow. I don't even know what to say. I lost my train of thought because apparently I could have just died. Anyway, 5 fish, 12.34. What was that largie at the end? 3.3, I believe it was. So not too terrible of a day. I mean, it's bad in terms of Otisco, because usually that lake's a lot better. I just think that thunderstorm that came through last night, we had so many days that were super hot, and then followed up by days that were really cool. And now there's a cop. I'll be right back with you. Sorry about that. I don't know what this cop is doing now. He just spun around. He was going northbound, spun around, now he's heading southbound. I thought he was coming for that crazy lady that was driving the wrong direction. But like, now he's just doing U-E's on 81. I have no idea what's going on with this trip home. This has been the weirdest trip in a long time. Anyway, 12.34 I think it was, which is okay for Otisco, like I said. It's just not the best day. It's not the worst day I've ever had on Otisco, so I'm not gonna complain about it, but I was just expecting better. I think the climate change and everything that had happened, and as of recent here, just really got them all messed up. Like I said, I think there's a bloom starting, or an algae bloom that's about to start, or something, because the water was a weird pea soup. No, that's not a good aquamarine. Is that a good analogy? Or like something like that. It was like a blue-greenish that was going on. So that's why I started throwing those bright colors, and you saw that they started picking up the bold bluegill and the half shell. I got the biggest largie on the Morning Dawn Gajo Spirit Shad, and then get a few on that lime green, the chartreuse and white belly Gajo Spirit Shad, and then obviously my 2 starter fish started with the orange Senko, which is pretty common on Otisco. So anyway, that's all I've got. If you guys can, if you stayed this long, please, by all means, hit the subscribe button down below, and like the video, share it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comments below. Everything I use will be linked in the description below as well. And I guess that's it, guys. Until next time, just roll that music.